the Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So I'm doing a general random reading. I already have some of the cards already shuffled here. I'm going to do clarify on the tarot cards. So I'm gonna do this first. So we have little sister, little brother, little sister, siblings, younger friends, responsibility. Can't remove it. My bad. Right. So could be something that you have that you're giving your responsibility away or not taking responsibility for something, taking accountability for your action to some way, shape, or form, or you have younger friends or younger siblings that you hold responsibility, you take responsibility for their actions and stuff like that. You try to protect them, watch over them. Oh, how in every group, right? In a group dynamic, you might be the older sister or the mother of the group or stuff like that. So these came out together, so I'm gonna read them together. We have out of trick or treating, we here, and we have the snow angel, collisions of belief, style, attitude, and energy, and then we have the lightning fairy. A clear solution. Oh, hold on. Cause I was holding. I was like, you can't really see everything. But that's all. So what this could be saying, right now, like I said before, it's a responsibility that you're not taking with the collision here. There's a conflict of interest, or what is happening. Right, it's presented in your face, and it's one clear solution that is you have to take responsibility for it. If it is your responsibility, you have to hold yourself accountable. And if it's not, somebody's just trying to put the blame on you or shift the blame onto you, you can just simply let them know that's none of my responsibility. And then you realize they're blame shifter. They're not going to hold themselves responsible for their actions. You can see the solution clearly. This person is a liar or a blame shifter or a carpet sweeper, and they don't take accountability for their action. And if they don't take accountability for their action, when would they learn, or how would they learn that what they're doing is not okay? Even there's some adults now that they're still, rather than taking account, hold themselves accountable for their actions, they rather blame everybody else for the things that went wrong in their life, as if it's not their life and they had some choices to make and parts to play in their life. They just let everybody do whatever, and they didn't say no, yes. They didn't befriend that person, allow that person access to do all that stuff in their life. You have to hold yourself accountable. You had you was responsible to you're in that scenario. Let's say, okay, how to do this? The crystals. There we go. Right. Let me get all the clear ones. Right. So there's all clear crystals, right? And everybody's all fine and dandy, yeah, woo, we are clear crystals. We have this little group, right? Right. And now this one comes in, right? Comes in the group and everything's all fine and dandy for a little bit. They might say some slick things, some slick comments about how it's not clear, but it's a crystal, so it's okay. Or, try to something with this conflict. There's just a conflict of some way, shape, or form. Belittling it in some way, shape, or form. You, as the red or if you are the clear ones, you have to see and acknowledge this what you're doing. So if this red one, or is it red or is this orange? Nope, this orange. Nope, red. If the red one decides, fuck it, I'm just not gonna be around these people, I'm not gonna socialize, and imagine just a wall here, a bridge, and you can't, every time you try to go over, you just get slapped back over here because this person's not dealing with your shit. You have to realize why they're not dealing with your shit. What you did while they was around is the reason why they don't want to deal with your shit. okay? Which is why they left and not dealing with your shit. Now, if you're the red one, okay? That's if you're clear. If you're red, right? And these people are belittling you or degrading you in any way, shape, or form. You have to realize you have the responsibility to take actions for yourself and yours, like hold yourself responsible for your comfort level, your sanity, your health, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, spiritual health, your sanity, all that is your responsibility, not these people. So you could just, up and, move, live, walk away. And like I said, imagine like a little bridge here, like a little wall. You can build that wall if you want to, so these people can't really come over or talk to you or get into where you're going or what you're doing and stuff like that. You pretty much block them out, so they don't have access to you. You start healing, and all the stuff that they said to you, just let it go and realize that they're just a bunch of haters that you didn't need to be around anyways. That could be the clear solution, that you're not meant to be around these people. Just get up, leave. Get up, walk away. These little group here, at some point in time, they're gonna start. Sometimes they might end up turning against each other. Like I said, like this person probably gonna be like, oh, let me go back over here. But now they don't have access and can't talk to you because of how they were around these group of people. But see, we have a group of people here, right? And then they're stuck here and they don't really want to be here, and then they start blaming this person. It's your fault why Red left us because you said this and this. And then it's like, yeah, but you said that's and this. Like, they start turning, they don't even like each other, so why it doesn't make, like, you don't have to stay, okay? Pretty much. They don't like each other, they don't really want to be around each other. You come in as something like fresh blood, new blood, they pick on you, now you leave. They don't have nobody to pick on, so they start picking amongst themselves. It's weird. But that's what people do. Either way. Until you have boundaries, you set boundaries up. Or you just simply, like SpongeBob? When he was in the box, he was like, my imagination. You just imagine that they're not in your world. And just go about your business. That's what I do. I'm gonna be honest. In school, like, they always, they didn't, when the teachers pretty much tell you where you had to sit and stuff like that, with assigned seats, even if you had like a table where people that you didn't like or you didn't want to be around, or they sat you next to somebody that you don't want to talk to, you just don't talk to, don't want to socialize or anything like that, I will sit in the class, I will learn. But I'm not paying attention. Like, that seat next to me, non-existent. It's just until they say turn and talk to your neighbor. That's when I'll be like, damn, you are my neighbor. You right? Like, it's just non-existent. Like, you're not in my world. You don't exist to me. I don't care. Like, I'm taking responsibility of my sanity, my well-being, and that is, you're not existing in my world, nor living in my head rent free. Like, I don't care about you. I don't care. If we have to talk, I'll talk to you. But if we don't, I'm not about to continue talking to you. I don't care. Then we have miracles. Right? You realize your imagination how to block people out. It's a miracle. Then you, until you have to talk to them, you be like, oh right, that's you right. You right. That is my partner. They do live next to me. You right. That's Next we have count your blessings. Oh, this is the angel of alchemy. And pretty much like the magician. Alchemy ties the magician a little bit, where you can have all the, like, like on the table he has everything, so he have all the tools that he need to transform or to make whatever, to create whatever he's trying to make. You ever watch Full Metal Alchemist? Yeah. Because Alphonse. I love me some Alphonse. Oh, and we have the Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch with Count Your Blessings. So we have miracles and count your blessings, right? You realize that you don't have to be around these people. You can walk away. Okay, you could leave them to their own devices. They gonna just crumble either way. Like it does. They gonna crumble with or without you. It doesn't matter. Just leave. It's either they gonna sink or swim. They have to learn. Well, I can't really swim, but either way, okay. I know I'm a sink, but that's on me. I know my responsibility is to know that I will sink. I will not put myself in predicaments that will cause me to sink. Okay? Like, if I don't trust these people and I have to go by a body of water and I know I cannot swim, I'm not going to put myself in that predicament. That's crazy. No. Now, if it's some fake friends, then maybe. Okay? But then at that point in time, I was tricked. Shame on both of us. But there's a clear solution in this miracle. You can clearly see like what's either needs to happen or what you should do, and that's a blessing and a miracle within itself. Like, you don't have to stay here or be around these people. You could leave. Next we have natural worship with pantheism. That's pretty much okay. You know, like Christians, Catholics, and all those other like certain religion believe God, right? Right. So with pantheism, whatever ism, okay. I'm sorry, but I'm not about to keep doing this. It's either pantheism or pantheism, however way, but I'm gonna say pan. Okay. It's pretty much just nature. The universe. I mean, God did create the universe and everything in it, so you know. But either way, you just feel like God is, or everything is on Earth, and that's just it. There's a lot to it. Okay. I don't fully believe that. I believe in aliens, so because Earth is ghetto. So that's just me. I believe in God too, but I believe He also created aliens, because humans. Homo sapiens is, we have our moments. Next we have enslavement, concubine. I'm sorry. But humans, we can be real ghetto sometimes. It's unnecessary. And then the parts that's touching is Druidism, which I believe those are the people that either live by the water or like, they live by the water and like ice and like very snow places and can do magic with water. So pretty much, right? If you want to think about this as like the Avatar, let's go. So the Druids would be like waterbenders. Pantheism is like earthbenders. Okay. So, and then Judaism is touching work slave, and then we also have imprisonment with concubines. Like I said over here, with that little group, you could just leave. Well, let me find out the rest before I say something. Then we have truth seeker, questioning of authority. You right? Because like, you could just leave. And then now the parts that's touching is spying and emancipation slave. Right? So you free yourself, which is a clear solution, to free yourself and get out of the situation, because their authority might need to be questioned. Because that don't make no, like, it doesn't, it's not adding up. 2 + 2 not equaling 4. Okay? And then this is blank, so you can fill in like every word or every part that you want to fit in. And then that would be touching spiritual questioning, right? Whatever word you want to put there, whatever pops in your head, and little, But the truth seeker here, and then we have like a clear solution. You're stuck in something that you don't need to be stuck in. You can get out of it and like block these people out. And that's the miracle in it. You're free to leave. With the emancipation, once, okay, that's why I was like, what? It's not funny. But if you ever watched Roots, okay, or read the book, I had both. Watched it at 8. But back then, if the slave had tried to run away, in that part, I'm gonna use his name, Kunta Kinte, right? If Kunta Kinte tried to run away, which he technically did at one point in time, you know, they took your foot, okay? Which didn't make sense to me, because how am I supposed to work with one foot? Doesn't make sense. So either way, with the emancipation, you know, with that was Abraham Lincoln, right? It was like, there's no more slavery. You gotta stop that. They gotta let them go. They're free, right? There are some people, or some, I don't want to say slave, but there's some of them that didn't have anywhere to go, pretty much. So they stayed there with, well, he's no longer the owner or their master, but they stayed there and worked, for like, was it like minimum wage? But like they worked to pretty much get land off of the slave owner, well, former slave owner. And you know, that's how like some of them over time was able to get land because they pretty much worked for it and stuff like that. Now like a downside to it was like anything that they had created, or stuff like that, whoever owned them had to get bent, like it was in their name. It was weird, okay? If you Google it, read it, okay? It was hard times back then, okay? It was hard. Hard times. But now it's not hard times because you can walk out. Some, like I said, some of the slaves left. Some had to stay because they had nowhere else to go. They ain't nowhere else to go. This was all they ever known. Right? Plus, if you think about it, they put them on a boat, brought them somewhere else. Where the hell are they supposed to go? You feel me? Like, it's just, you know, kind of gotta have these questions. But like, if it's like a work situation, management from time to time, management is not headquarters, okay? Half the times headquarters don't know what the fuck is happening in your building. Now your management might try to say, oh, headquarters say this and the third, when headquarters never said nothing like that. We don't, they don't know what you talk about, okay? That's why they have human resources. So if anybody in management or like in your job or anything like that violates anything, right, you go to them and you talk to them and they, you know, acknowledge it and then fix it and work on it, and then or like get somebody fired or they leave or something like that. But either way, that's the beauty of it. There's rules in place to make sure people don't abuse their powers. And if something don't seem right, something probably isn't right. So you could probably, you know, definitely ask. Because some people are just liars, okay? And they will lie for no reason. Like, just no reason. And, you know, try to keep you stuck in your head in some way, shape, or form and make you do work that you don't really have to do. And then if you question it, it's just like, oh, headquarters say it. Like I said before, headquarters ain't never said nothing like that. Like, it's just, it's not. I was just watching a video and, well, a podcast pretty much, and he was talking about how in like certain jobs or like certain positions where headquarters will talk to management and tell management they'll have to fix something, but management will go to like the people beneath them and make them like work overtime and drain themselves to pretty much do what headquarters wanted them to do when they were supposed to do it the whole time. You feel me? And meanwhile, they could be contributing or just simply doing absolutely nothing. I had one boss one time. Every freaking time it was time to clean up, right, for the next day. Even though he's management did absolutely nothing but sat in the office and then complain if something wasn't cleaned the way he wanted it to be cleaned. Well, why didn't you clean it your damn self? Why didn't you walk around, make sure everything was being cleaned? No. But he sat there and still got paid for being on the clock. Doing absolutely nothing. I couldn't think he cleaned like one machine. And it's just like, oh great. Meanwhile, I'm mopping, sweeping, stocking. It's just making iced coffee. Like, it's giving. I'm doing a lot here. And you just doing the bare minimum. Like, you know, you feel stuck and then changed in some way, shape, or form. You could just leave. Or, you know, somebody else will come and see what's going on here and they will start asking questions like, do you do this all the time? You don't think you should start doing this, and the third? You don't think you should contribute? You think that's okay? You think that's fine? And then, you know, some people will get upset because, you know, they're triggered. Because they know what they're doing is not okay, but it's the fact that somebody else are now making them trying to take responsibility for their actions and hold them accountable for their actions, that they're even more upset because you're questioning their authority. They feel like they have the power to do whatever they want, and it's just like, that's nice and that's fine, but if this is a job and it's not in my job description, I'm not getting paid for it, I don't care what's happening. I don't care. Like, well, in that job, man, the headquarters, well, one of my job headquarters actually like spoke to like the rest of the people, so we will know when certain like when they be like, oh, headquarters say this, and the third. That would make no damn sense. Like, that don't make no damn sense because they didn't say that in the meeting that we just had. So it's just like, why they would say that? Like, no, they said it to you. They said it to management. They didn't say it to like the lower like co-workers or stuff like that, because it wasn't meant for us. It's meant for y'all to work out and handle. Don't push y'all work onto somebody else. You feel me? And then be mad or ungrateful that they're asking you questions. It's weird. Okay, but you could, like, the solution is you could just leave, walk away, not do it. It's not your job or your responsibility. It's not in your job description. Next we have the Three of Swords. Which is all about like a painful truth, heartbreak, betrayal. Then we have the Seven of Wands, which is all about like having the higher ground, or you could be being defensive, or need to stand up and do what's right for you to heal from this heartbreak. And then we have Temperance. And Temperance is all about like being patient, feeling things out, testing the waters out. So you're not gonna just like, if it's a job, right, and they was degrading you, like I said before in my little analogy where the red goes off by themselves, have like built up boundaries and heal, so they forget everything that they forget everything that they taught or was learned from the little clear crystal group, right? Everything that they learned to absorb there, they release it, let it go, heal from it. And because I also paid attention to the little tears, you release it, let it go, and like you wash it away, cleanse yourself from it. And it's gonna take time, like healing. It's gonna be like time heals all wounds, but it's pretty much you have to choose to heal. Like, it doesn't just over time, you know, like you like you no longer think about it, yes, but if somebody bring it up or somebody do that same thing, you get upset, you get triggered. You didn't heal from it. Like, let me see this. let's say Ronald McDonald and a hamburglar, right? So what is let's say the hamburglar stopped like burgling hams, okay? He stopped taking the hamburgers, right? And no, some burgers went missing, but that's no longer what he does anymore, stuff like that. And they started accusing him, and he just automatically got upset and just be like, well, I didn't take it, da, 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 rather than realizing, like, all right, I can understand why you think I did it, because I used to do it in the past. It's in my name, but I didn't do it, so let's get down to the bottom of it, like, who actually did it. Like, if you know you didn't do it, you won't get triggered. You won't be mad. Sometimes just being accused of something that you didn't do could also trigger you, because you probably have a history of people triggered, like, doing that, and that bothers you or aggravates you. But if you know you didn't do it, there's no reason to be mad. Even if they accuse you, they're trying to accuse you to make other people think it's you. You ever, like, watch some TV shows, right? And they didn't, like, this one person, like, the one character was perfectly fine, like, didn't do anything to anybody, right, just minding their business. But then there's that one character that just doesn't like them, to try to, like, pin everything on that one character, try to, like, get them away or sabotage them in a way, shape, or form. It's like that. TV shows help out a lot. Like, they gotta use real life experiences to, like, put them in a show. Even songs. It's kind of sort of, I don't know why I keep kind of using TV shows and or songs, but to have the higher ground, you would have to, like, legit move away from this heartache. They say, like, to realize that what they were telling you was a bunch of nonsense, right? And you either were supposed to or needed to question their authority, because they're not telling the truth with this heartbreak. Or once you find out the truth with the spying, it breaks your heart and it hurts you that you either, like, believe them, or you allowed, not even that you allowed, but the responsibility, you pretty much gave them the responsibility over you, or thought that they had the best interest for you and stuff like that, when they didn't, which is why you have to, like, purge that, cleanse it out, release it, so you can be able to move on and move forward. And then we have the Hierophant, which is all about, like, healing. It's very ethical, very traditional. And then we have the Queen of Cups. It's like healing love. But you healing yourself, because the Queen of Cups, she's very loving, very nurturing. She holds the Ace of Cups. And in the Ace of Cups is, like, your emotions, your spirituality, your creativity, but you're protecting it. You're not just giving it all willy-nilly and stuff like that. Like your trust or your love or your loyalty. You're just not giving it willy-nilly to people. You're watching them and seeing, like, if this temper's here. Like, you take your time giving your love and your efforts, or you're sharing your creativity. But either way, with the Hierophant here, you're healing it. Like, it might be slow at first, but over time, you're just do it freely and all with, like, fine. Because the Temperance card is like this angelic card, and the Hierophant used to be called the Pope, so it's pretty much like a spiritual healing, or just we have spiritual questioning here, right? And we have belief here. So whatever they doing is either it might go against your belief, or it's time to realize that your love of self is very important. Like I said before, like, you have to do what's best for your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your emotional health. And if it ain't these people, leave. You don't have to be there. Like I said before, if it's not in your job description, it's none of your business. Like, it's none of my business. I'm not doing it. Like, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And that's all about work as well. Like I was talking about, I don't know why I keep saying like work effort, but it could be like work, could be a person. It's you being around them feel like work to you. Now I got hiccups. Or it could be like you're distracting yourself or delaying the work that needs to that you need to do, which is to stand up and defend yourself from this betrayal, this heartbreaking truth, so you can actually like put the work in to free yourself and heal yourself and release what needs to be released, which is these people as like this situation, getting away from these people. That's just like the first step. Then the second step is to forget everything or to unlearn everything that you learned while you were there. So that it doesn't like bothers you or live in your head rent free. So like example, let's say you with the clear group, right, and the red. They try to belittle you by saying, well, the size is different than everybody. So they try to, fat shame you or color shame, something. Just try to degrade you in any way, shape, or form. You have to, like, unlearn that, some people are just dicks, okay? And, like I said, they have some problems within themselves that they want other people to join in and feel like upset about, but if you leave them to their own devices, they start turning on each other either way, because that, they need somebody else to point the finger on and to blame. And if you're not there to blame, like, look up scapegoats, right? If you're the scapegoat and they're blaming you and you're the cause of all the problems and the destruction and it's your fault, you did this, you did that, you, and the clear solution is, okay, get that person out, fire them, get them away from everybody else, and if they leave, then the problem will be exterminated. Because the problem should be exterminated if I'm literally the problem. Now, if I'm like the red, if the red is literally the problem, you remove the red's over here. The problem should be exterminated. And y'all still having problems? Red was not the problem. Y'all were the problem. Somebody inside that group is the problem. Wasn't Red. Red could have probably told you who exactly was the problem. Whoever they was questioning, whoever authority they was questioning, that's dead ass the problem. It wasn't Red. That's the that's the collision. So, and plus, also, some people don't want to be corrected. Even if they're wrong, and, sometimes they could know that they're wrong, but still don't want to be corrected. And it's just like that, so you rather just sound ignorant and dumb than learning something new. Because, yeah, why would you question their authority? Why would you correct? It's like you rather pass on, like, wrong information. There's those kind of people out there. Let's see why the Three of Swords here. But it's like once you get out of the situation and you no longer there, no longer around those people, you forgive them, you forget. Not even really forget, but you forgive them. It no longer bothers you. You no longer get angry. You can laugh at it. You just kidding. Because you see how things don't make sense. And just how dumb things were, or how it all played out at the end. You can laugh at it. It's a little bit funny. But with this Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, somebody could be distracting themselves from like a heartbreak or hurt. and thinking that that's helping or that's working when it's not. Or healing when it's not. You're just distracting yourself from the actual problem. Well, pretty much ignoring the problem when you look at it that way. But we have the Fool clarifying the Three of Swords. So it could have been a risky decision that you made, right? Taking a leap of faith and, in the wrong direction somewhere. Or you thought, like I said before, somebody could have withheld information from you with this spying here. Or you're now looking for the truth and seeking the truth. And because you are aware that somebody is not telling the truth or withholding the truth from you, and you might have to, now you're cause, as a result, now we have to spy, or Harriet Tubman. You are trying to help other people with that red, trying to help other people now free themselves, and that could have been what the red was doing this whole time with that spying, free themselves, help other people free themselves from this little clear loop to break free from the fuckery. And but either way, back to the Fool. The Fool is like a leap of faith, but you could have said like a leap of faith in the wrong direction, or like I said before, making a risky, impulsive decision, and that caused some heartbreak. And then we have the Two of Cups, which is two people coming to like an agreement together. It could be like friendship, relationship, work. Either way, y'all had an agreement, and that agreement turned sour. At the bottom of the deck, we have the World. Oh snap! We have the Fool and the World, which pretty much is like the end of a cycle. Well, we have the beginning and the end. But if the Fool doesn't learn the lessons that he needs to learn, he gets bunks back on to the Fool, just on the same level. Like if he learns the lesson, he gets through and goes back to, he like becomes a Fool, but like on a newer level, pretty much. So it's like school. If you don't learn all the lessons that you need to learn and pass all the tests, you get left back. And if you you didn't, or you learned everything that you need to learn, you passed everything, you go on to the next grade, right? But with this seeking truth here, is like you either get all the truth or find all, you're either getting or trying to gather all the truth, or you're just simply finding out the truth, or your heart breaking, right? That what you thought was happening is not happening, what you agreed to, which I thought y'all came to a mutual agreement on, is not actually true. It was not mutual on both parties' ends. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. Hold on. Okay. And then we have the Three of Swords. Sorry. Like, then there's like this Ace of Wands, there's like this one wand right here. It's like and then it's raining. That flame's going out, okay? It keeps going out. Like, it's keep going out. It's like, also, it's like certain people that, like I said, they can't hold themselves accountable, or won't hold themselves accountable, or won't take responsibility for their actions. Even if they say certain things, it's like self-esteem, right? Be like, oh, you said this, and the third that made me feel bad about myself. And then they'd be like, well, it's self-esteem. How can I affect how you feel about yourself? Okay, sir. Because while you feel that way about yourself, pretty sure somebody said a whole bunch of things that make you become the person that you are today, this asshole, for no reason. And now your feelings hurt. And then it's like, that hurt my feelings. How can I hurt your feelings? It's your feelings. Exactly. That's the same way how you can affect somebody else's self-esteem. Stop saying hurtful shit to people for no reason. Like, If you want to be an asshole, you can be an asshole to yourself. Okay? Everybody is an asshole to themselves. I don't need you to be like an asshole to me. I can be an asshole to myself. Okay? Thank you. And if I'm not an asshole to myself, I'm not going to allow you to be an asshole to me. Because who are you? like, nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. And then we have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is, with it just being here and there's like a cloudy background, right? How they're communicating or expressing themselves is very short, like swordsy, very harsh, violent, and argumentative, some might say. like, or that, with this spying, like whatever they putting out, they're not, if it's the tables turn, they won't be able to handle the same thing that they was putting out there. You know, like some people that want to be an asshole until they meet a bigger asshole, and then it's, oh, why would you say that? And why would you start the argument? Like, it's just, I don't give a fuck about your tears. It's just, why would you bother me? Like, you saw me having a nice, happy day, minding my own business, and that somehow bothered you. And you came, walked over here, and tried to rain on my parade. And got mad. Or now you're mad and or hurt because I'm not allowing you to rain on my parade? I'm not gonna be an asshole to me. I can be an asshole to myself. And I'll be a bigger asshole to myself than you can ever be. So it's just like, get out my face. It's just right? But there's gonna be some people that just trying to rain on your parade. You can just laugh in their face like I do. You're not talking to me. Like, woo. See, now I talked about God earlier. I'm going to say it again. God was out here saved a lot of people. Because there's a lot of times he told me to hold my tongue. People's feelings would have been hurt. Son. People think that because you're quiet, you're not going to say nothing back. Like, I'll hurt your feelings. Like, I don't care. Yo. Or think because you're cute, you're just going to get away with things. No. I don't care. Like, you better, You can be cute with an ugly personality, and that just makes you ugly. Altogether. Like, kind of an ugly inside. You're cute. The outside could be cute, but the inside is ugly. That makes the outside ugly. Now, if you cute inside and out, that's a game changer. Temperance. That's a game changer. Alright? But like I said before, with this truth seeker, the red could have actually been the one trying to tell everybody, like, something isn't right here. Somebody is lying. There's a... with SpongeBob, there's a smelly smell that smells smelly. Okay? And everybody was nose blind to it. And the red was like, no, something isn't right here, right? And now the red is gone, and y'all actually could see like things aren't right. You know, you could, with that clear signs, you start waking up to the smell, okay, and actually realize, this isn't right here. Then you realize, probably just sit back and watch. You see how long they was doing it, and then you start thinking back, wasn't this what Red was saying when they were here? And it's like, yes. And what did you do? Try to make them seem like they was crazy, belittle them, gaslight them, and now look at you. And they're going to start doing the exact same thing to you. And Red is all mind their business and free and liberated from it. So even if you try to go and talk to Red just don't care. Red has detached and let it go. Red already knew the truth, and they try to help you find the truth. So we have the Star reverse. There's like loss of hope, delay. But there's alchemy. Even if you try to like manifest or create, it's not that it's not gonna come. It's just gonna be on hold or delay until you actually put in the work to heal from this Three of Swords, rather than just jumping from relationship to relationship, thinking that everything's okay, everything's fine, and then carrying your problems from one relationship into the next relationship, into the next relationship, and the next relationship. No. Unlearn. So you have to unlearn things, because not all relationships are very healthy or beneficial, or what you have learned or developed in that relationship will help you in any way, shape, or form in your next relationship. So it'd probably be best to unlearn it, heal from it, okay? Process it so you can release it and let it go to move on and move forward. Rather than just losing hope and thinking that everybody is like this. No, there's some like work situations where headquarters and management works very good together. There's no corruptions. There's no degrading or belittling in any way, shape, or form. Is like a very good, healthy work environment. But just some of them aren't. Because some people decide to abuse their power. Because some people are just not meant to have power. Like, it's just... And then we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, he holds the Ace of Cups like the Queen of Cups do. But he is very wishy-washy with it. He gives it in percentages. Right? He doesn't give the full cup of love like she does. And then with the Star here, like, they're not, like, also the Star is all about, like, being vulnerable, speaking in your authentic truth, living your authentic truth. They're not speaking the truth. They're not living in truth. They probably have a lot of love for you. Like I said, they hold the Ace of Cups. But they're not giving it to you. They give it in percentages. They will tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And that's just phony. And then that just causes problems. Because, like, let's say somebody from headquarters does come in, right? And you're having a meeting. And then you ask the headquarters certain things, and they don't know how to answer those questions because they never heard of that policy before. Because it's a policy management made up. So it's just... it becomes a little bit rocky, okay? Because the truth was not told and or shared. And... Or headquarters did say it, but they didn't say it for you. They said it for management. But management was like, I'm not going to deal with that. Y'all deal with that. That's your job now. And it wasn't. It never was. You know? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. See? A trickster. It's a trick. An illusion. Like, you know, talking about manifestation. The creation will be on pause or on hold until things start working out and flowing correctly. And you move away from this Three of Swords, like this heartbreaking betrayal, and release what needs to be released and let it go rather than just taking it and carrying it with you everywhere you go. Because it's going to fall apart everywhere you go. You know, it's like, imagine if it's a bed, right? And you had a bed frame. And... I'm going to use BoJack Horseman, okay? He had a bed, right? And one of the, like, legs broke. And rather than him just getting a whole new bed, he just, like, put books, right? So now, let's say he was moving, right? And the movers didn't know that the bed was broken, right? Or that the leg was broken or something like that. They just picked it up and was like, yeah, let's go, right? And then they put it in your new house and they put it down. They like, oh snap, the leg is broken. And then they're blaming themselves for it, and they go and tell you like, oh, we broke one of your legs of your bed or something like that. And you know full blown well that it was already broken. But rather than taking responsibility for them, you're blaming them and trying to make them pay for it so you can get like a free bed out of it. That's no. Stop that shit. Okay, stop that shit. This no. Um. Or you simply like let them know, like, yeah, it was broken, it's fine, it's okay. But then it was broken at one place, it's still gonna be broken here. You're still gonna have to use the books to put it back. You know, like, and if you don't have no books in your house, you better go find them books to go put that book, like, to put it back up, because you're just gonna be sleeping uneven that day. My God, it's, you know. So it's like you have to process and realize that that bed is broken. You have to let it go. You have to release it. Well, not the bed frame is broken. You have to let it go and have to release it. You can't just keep taking it and harboring it and holding grudges and moving on to another thing and like taking it with you and spoiling that and then thinking that it's everybody else's fault. Like, no, it could be you. Okay? It could be you. Take responsibility for your actions and your choices. Your actions have consequences. Just not some of your actions have like the consequences affects you, but sometimes the consequences affect somebody else. And then some people know that affects other people and then just be like all gung ho about it and just don't be caring what they doing, and that's just not okay either. And then like I said, but my little analogy, if they realize that and they don't want to be around you, don't be mad that they don't want to be around you. You can't be mad that they don't want to be around you. Look at how you act. Like, that's the consequences of your actions, bro. Like, get off your high horse and realize how you act and why some people just don't want to be around you. Right, with this Three of Swords coming out twice, like either some deep hurt, because this is not even a heart anymore. Or this is a heart, that's not even a heart anymore. It broke your heart. You ever watch Big Mouth? It broke your heart. But who's that? Lola and Devin, but she was like, you broke my heart. Something de la Morte. Like, it was hard for you to go on, but you can't keep ignoring the truth and just burying it and so, like, thinking that things are gonna be okay, or just gonna like ignore it and things just gonna magically work out. Like, no, that's not how. No, it's not how that works. You have to put in the work and the effort for things to get better. Like I said before, it's like school. You don't just learn absolutely nothing and then teachers stand in front of you all day just staring at you and then be like, in 2 weeks from now we're gonna have a test on everything I just taught you. What are you gonna be on that paper? What? You don't know. Why? Damn it, my headphones. Because they sat and like they even sat, they stood in front of you and taught absolutely nothing. So you don't know what to study, what to look for, what to read. None of that. You don't know how to prepare yourself for that test or that quiz. Pretty much the same thing here. You thought you knew what you were signing up for and you didn't. And then we have the Hierophant clarified with the Ten of Swords. It's heartbreak, betrayal, stabbed in the back, left for dead. Overkill. Okay? Just brutal. But the Tens is the end, so putting an end to it, hopefully. Because you can't do anything else. You can't do anything else. And next we have, oh wow, the Ten of Pentacles. Like, yeah, the Hierophant trying to help you heal and put an end to this commitment or this something that you thought was long term isn't actually long term. They're trying to tell you that by giving you the truth to free yourself from it with the 2 tens. Let it come to a completion, let it come to an end, right? Or for each pentacle, each sword they had Let's say they stabbed you in the back. Let's say it was red, right? You were red. You're not clear. Let's say you was a red crystal. Every sword that they sticked in your back, seeing that there's a little red cat. Every sword that they sticked in your back, even while you was there or even while you left, because I'm looking at the peace sign, like, peace out, I'm good, you're out, right? And they still try to, like, stab you in the back, like, talk about you, belittle you in any way, shape, or form. With the little pentacles, it's like for each sword, there's gonna be a pentacle. Either, like, either money is getting taken away from them, or you put it, like I said before with the red, you put an end to this the commitment, like, I'm out. I don't have to be here. It's not my job description. It's not my qualifications. Not on my resume. Like, I don't know how to do that. Like, and just leave, and finding a better commitment elsewhere. But with the Hierophant here and the Temperance, you're trying to, like, find a healthy balance between what's going on here, right? Because I'm also seeing, like, the scales right here. And everything got balanced out. There's karma, even in the justice system. I mean, sometimes the justice is a little bit corrupt, but spiritually, with the spiritual question, you're not getting away with sugar honey iced tea, okay? You're not getting away with any, like, no. I think I said it in one reading, there's no sleep for the wicked. That's legit in the Bible, bro. Like, you're not telling me you're getting away with anything. Like, no. Also, in the Bible, it said, I don't care if you're a priest, a prophet, a clergyman, meaning he does not care if you're the pope, a pastor, a deacon, an elder, whatsoever. Even down to, like, a lowly servant. If you wrong somebody, and you purposely wrong somebody, thinking that you will not get caught, it was not going to get back to you in no way, shape, or form. Because they didn't know. He knew he gonna get that ass. So it doesn't matter, bro. So just worry about yourself. You know? He also said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So just, like, I don't got to worry about you. Because God gonna handle that ass. Okay? I don't got to handle you because karma gonna handle you. And karma gonna hit you way more than I can hit you. So, you see, karma gonna hit you way more than I can hit you. Karma can hit you in your money, your mental, your conscience, your pockets, your house, your stability. I can't do that. I can hurt your feelings. Karma can hurt you in many ways that I can't. So I'm going to leave it to them, and I'm going to focus on myself. Right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. Right? Each could be going back and forth between leaving, putting this to an end, or staying and trying to make it work. Or and trying to commit to it, or building off, or being stuck to it because you're committed to it. You can simply still leave. Just work, like, walk out. You might lose some money, but you can make it back. Like, you could be worried about losing money. Meanwhile, you're losing your mental sanity, your emotional sanity. You just going through it. Like, it doesn't matter how much money is there or is tied to it. That's more important than your money. And then the Queen of Cups, we have the Emperor. So, could be out of control. Like, controlling. Because, let me see the next card before I say something. Right, and then we have Justice. Right, so they was trying to control you. I'm just talking about justice and the scales being balanced. Right? Could be karmic justice at that point in time, like I said before. Karma gonna hit you in a place where I can't get you. So I don't need to worry about it or focus on it. Because karma's gonna handle it anyways. Like, plus there will not be sleep for the wicked. Like, your conscience gonna eat you alive. Um, right, like I said before, if they try to, in my little analogy, if they try to hurt you out of no, like, because they had the power with the emperor, they felt like they had the power, the control, and they feel like no one should have questioned them or anything like that. They was fair, they was just, they they have the power. Justice card is balancing the scales. Like you losing that power. You no longer have that power. You stripped. Now you have to sit here and put in the work like everybody else did. So, like, in my analogy, where it's like work, they could have went from being in management to now being like no longer in management. Like a coworker, because like I don't know, like it's just, like they're not in management, pretty much. Just no longer in management, or somebody that's a bigger than them, or now telling them what to do and doing the same thing that they used to do to other people, and now they see how it feels, or they know how it feels, or still, or could still just be doing it. But either way, or justice here, they get fired. The truth comes out either way. Like in my analogy before, like if headquarters come and you ask headquarters like a question, and then they just like, what are you talking about? And then you say this and the third, it comes back to this emperor is the one that said it, and they said it because of control or their authority or power. Headquarters gonna be like, yeah, let's talk more about that. Find out more information so that can come to an end, because nothing goes like that doesn't make any sense. Nothing, like, no, you know. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. So where things were choppy with this King of Cups, because they was holding back, like giving a little bit of information, telling you like just the bare minimum, right? Not the full truth, just a little bit of the truth. And that's causing choppy waters, and like justice is like coming in and smoothing that out. So like, hope you find the truth, so you can move on to smoother and calmer waters. Could be karmic justice. Either way, things are balancing out, or have to balance out, or gonna balance out. And with the Emperor, it could have definitely been because of, that's that control, money, finances, power. And then, power, what meant so much to you with the Justice card, that probably be the first thing that they strip. Anything that is like, with karmic justice, like I said before, I'm just a regular, degular human being. I cannot affect you or hurt you the way that the Hierophant and or karmic justice can hurt you. Okay? I cannot reach certain things to hurt you. Whereas, where we had the Two of Pentacles, where you have to like going back and forth and juggling on telling the truth or not to tell the truth, belittling, giving appraisal, rumors, compliment, like insult, compliment, going back and forth between those. Okay, you gonna find somebody else to do the exact same thing. So if you were causing heartache or heartbreak in somebody else gonna end up doing that to you. And then if you was doing it out of money, same thing's gonna happen. And because we have money right here, so if you left somebody, like threw them under the bus for financial reasons, or belittle them for financial reasons, at some point in time the table's going to be turned, and you're going to be in that same predicament, or like worse than what that person was. And then you might try to go back to that person and ask them for help because they was oh so kind before, and you thought that, like with the Queen of Cups, you thought that's okay and that's cute and that's sweet. They was just gonna take you back because they're so kind and they're so loving and they're so nice. No, it's justice. Things are now balanced and they're cutting you out. They see the truth and they're like, of like even everything. Once you get out of the situation and you're no longer there, you see things very clearly. You see who was for you, who wasn't for you. And then the fact, if the red actually went to other people and try to like get help, and y'all didn't help, or nobody helped, or y'all try to make the red seem even more crazy and belittled, gaslighting, and they walked away and they realized like they were never the problem, they were good, I don't need to talk to you. Don't there's nothing we have to say. Like, then we have the high priestess, right, with the 8 of Pentacles. So the high priestess is very secretive, right? Hold things very close to the vest, her chest, whatever, right? And also we have like these pillars here, and pillars are supposed to represent being stable and sturdy, right? But with the 10 of Swords, and then we also have the so like I said here, the scales is here, but the scales is also here. The stability of the situation, probably like the secrets, those are coming out. So it can act for things to actually be stable and balance out. Right? And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. Some people will be out in the cold. So like my little analogy before, when the red is over here, and I was like, imagine there's a wall here. That's their boundaries. You're not allowed to you're out in the cold. You stay where you made your bed, now you have to lie in it. You out there, you out there. That's the people you thought you was cool with, kiki and ha and rumoring, gossiping about me, but stay with them. I'm good. Like, so, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So you're freeing yourself, liberating yourself from the situation, leaving some people out in the cold, walking away from it, leaving some people out in the cold, and, you know, moving in secret, doing what's best for you with those people that was moving around in secret and lying about you, betraying you, stuff like that, they're out in the cold now. You free yourself from it. So you're not dwelling on it, like focusing on it or anything like that. You focus on better days ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna do like 3 cards to pretty much summarize everything I just said here with a different deck. Cause that's kind of sort of a lot of cards here. And the High Priestess kind of sort of works with the Hierophant. So, oh, it's like Undercover Boss. You ever saw that show? So imagine like an Undercover Boss goes, right? And then they realize that what they're telling the people that headquarters are saying is actually not true. And they just, you know, sitting and observing, writing everything down, working and stuff like that, talking to coworkers, finding out what's going on the day to day, or find out what other lies that they were saying that headquarters said or stuff like that. And, you know, at the end, normally at the end of the show, they take everything off and be like, it was me. I worked at da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, right? And then they start, some people either get fired, get promoted, stuff like that. But things get balanced out so that the company can work more effectively and fluent, like flow. Ooh, okay. Unnecessary. That wasn't a good shuffle, so I'm going to start over again. Like, oh wow, 7 of Wands. With the 7 of Wands, I came up with the Ace of Pentacles. Then we had the Ace of Wands here. It could be saying that you're being defensive to starting somewhere else, or actually healing. Either because you feel like you're not the problem, like you feel like you're stable and you're solid, where, okay, that's fine, but you can be even more stable and solid if you actually heal whatever problems that you actually have. Even if it's from the past, you're like, oh, that's the past. Still heal from it. So that, like I said before, like certain things doesn't bother you or trigger you. Then but the Ace of Pentacles came back. Because it's a solid, stable offer, but it's the slowest energy of the deck because it takes a lot. It holds a lot. A pentacle is pretty much your time, your effort, a house, money, property, finances, assets. It's a lot. It holds a lot, and it takes a lot to have a pentacle or get a pentacle. And then the Ace of Pentacles pretty much is like a solid offer, right? To start something, to begin something that could probably lead to the Ten of Pentacles. But you're being defensive towards it because you're trying to either go back and forth between this, thinking that this is actually your Ten of Pentacles when it's not. You just follow somebody else out in the cold and they're, because of their lies or secrets and deceptions that they told you with this person to have blindfolds on, right? And that's not that's a dirty offer pretty much. It's not solid. Then we have the Five of Swords. Like I said, that's not a solid offer. That's not a solid offer. Because the Five of Swords is self-sabotage, not picking and choosing your battles wisely. The offer is sabotage in some way, shape, or form because of the lies. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune only talk about like it's destiny. You can mean that, but also it's a change, turning point with this justice. The scales have to be balanced, right? With this Emperor, where they thought they was on the head of the wheel and everything was gonna be fine. And was gonna it's great. That's great. My hand, the tables have turned. Like it's just you're about to be, you can't sabotage people and think that that's okay. You're gonna get away with it. No, you're not. You're not. At the bottom of the deck we have the Lovers. So, and the Lovers is about. Used to be called. I said this was like the Pope. This should be called the choice, because you can choose like who you're in a commitment with, your relationships and stuff like that. And also we have an angel here again, Raphael. That's supposed to be all about healing. This is not helping you heal, and it's time to change that. But the Ten of Swords here. Heal from this heartache and the betrayal. Because if you continue to stay in it and continue to give to it, you are just hurting yourself and sabotaging your own future. Not even like your own future, but your own stability at that point in time for something that's not helpful or healing to you. And you can see that with a clear solution and collision of belief, style, attitude, and energy. I just realized there's not really love here. There's no cups. There's pentacles. It's like money, effort, time. But there's no love. Ace of Wands could be lust. Passion. But no actual love. Or emotion. It's none. I mean, the King and Queen of Cups, okay, sure. But it's being controlled. The actual Ace of Cups, the love, the feelings or anything like that is being controlled. So it's not actual. That's not love. Can't control love. It's manipulative and sabotaging, short-sighted. It's not a solid offer, I would say. It's underneath the Lovers. Then we have the Hierophant. You see, it's trying to heal it. Okay, it's trying to heal. Trying to heal, help you pick better choices to help you make healthier choices to help you heal. Okay? The Hierophant trying to help you heal it. let this come to an end and walk away and stop going back and forth between, should I put this to an end or should I continue giving to it? Because I have spent so much money and so many time here. Okay, you can. Okay, you're just sabotaging your future money coming in, staying in something that's not for you. Not, is that the 8 of Cups? Walk the fuck away. I'm done. You walked away from 8 broken cups. You walked away from things that no longer suit you and serve you. So you can actually have a solid, stable offer. Because if you continue to stay here, you're not getting that. You will not get that. You will not. It will be sabotaged. Every step of the way. Because it's being controlled. What's underneath that? The 10 of Swords. Okay. It's given. Temperance. Come on now. It's trying to heal it. It's trying to balance it out. It's trying to work with it. Okay? Let this come to an end. Because the Hierophant is trying to heal you. So you can actually make... It's the Page of Swords. Okay? So you don't have to look over your shoulder. Think that somebody is sitting here lying and gossiping about you. Talking about you behind your back. Degrading you in any way, shape, or form. All that comes to an end. You in a place where you're balanced, you're comfortable. You don't have to worry about that. Just walk away from the shit, bro. Stop. They left not stuff it could have been for money. Left you, ambushed you, left you for dead for money, pushed you under the bus, throw you under, just sacrificed you just for money, status, power, whatever it is. You gotta walk away from it. Might, with the Page of Swords, it's very disappointing. Yes. It might be disappointing to hear, to know. But it is what it is. Some people is that way. But, yeah. That's all that I see for this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated with you or helped you in some way, shape, or form. Also, this angel here is Raphael, like I said before. You got 2 people trying to heal you, okay? You got Archangel Raphael trying to heal. That's all he does. Heal. Love and heal health. Okay, and you have the Hierophant also trying to heal. It's just... Come on now. Healing is necessary for you to actually move on. They're a solid, stable offer and not sabotage your fortunes. Your future fortunes. Your present fortunes. Just... all of it. But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for you for this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated with you or you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.